Hey guys, it's your boy Wallace. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Nomad Recruiter. I travel the world, make placements for the living. If you guys don't know by now, I help entrepreneurs and recruiters get their agencies off the ground and help scale their businesses to 6 or 7 figures. If you guys love my content, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You can check out my website at nomadrecruiters.com and you can check out my testimonials as well. I have a lot of testimonials. I have over 10 plus years of recruiting agency experience during my time in Australia, and then I launched my own agency, and I've been traveling the world for the last few years now. So make sure you check out my content for the most part. So today we're going to be talking about launching your own recruiting agency, why I think this is important, and why is it so easy to get started for the most part as well. For a lot of people out there, sometimes people don't understand the difference between recruiting and staffing, and I try to explain the difference. One is where it focuses on permanent roles, and the other focuses on staffing and contract for a lot of people. One of the reasons I love focusing on recruitment and full-time hire roles is because you don't need licenses, you don't need assurance, you don't need to manage your candidates to make sure they show up to work on time as well. You're not responsible for them if any lawsuits or legal issues happen once you place them into a job for the most part. So it's huge perks and benefits to launching your recruitment agency and getting off the route. And I tell a lot of people when they're starting off, sometimes for people who want to get into staffing, they probably should start off on the recruiting side. The reason I say this is because often you need a lot of licenses, you need assurances, you need payroll, you need ATS systems, you need a lot of things to get started on the staffing side, and it could be costly. So I tell people, hey, how about you start off on the recruiting side, make 2, 3 deals, bring some money into the business, bring 10, 20, 60,000 in real quick, and then start putting that money into the staffing portion or the staffing side as well. And just about every role, every niche you could think of has both contract and permanent positions for the most part as well. How does, recruiting, and permanent positions work as far as getting paid? So essentially, of course, we charge a base percentage off of the candidate's salary. So if the candidate's making, 200,000 a year and we charge 20%, we would get $40,000. And yes, a lot of clients do pay out for the positions like that at your senior level, project managers, IT project managers, your directors of engineering, and et cetera. So many roles that you'll see candidates on salaries for 200, 300. If you want to get into like the quantitative roles, those are like 500K, and then you see like 100K payouts, but they're really, really hard to place. So let me not talk about that niche. I don't want to get people too excited and working on recruiting for a role like that for the most part. When you are getting your agency off the ground, it is extremely important that you pick a business name that sounds like a recruiting agency for the most part as well. So I would just, whatever you're going to name your business, put recruiting or staffing in your title. I would strongly recommend it so people can understand who you are and what you do for a living. Okay. Branding is so important, and you do have to look like a professional online. For a lot of people that are watching my videos, they may say, well, I'm currently working. I don't want my job to know. What should I do? Well, one, you could create a second LinkedIn account potentially and block your boss and your employees for the most part. That's one option. You could use a virtual assistant to be the face of your company, or your partner could assist you, your wife, your husband, or if you bring on another business partner, they can be the face of the company as you're trying to get it off the ground. But you do need to have a presence online, especially on LinkedIn, because that is a platform that we use on a daily and frequent basis. For a lot of people that are trying to get their agency off the ground and are still working a 9 to 5, it just comes with balance at the end of the day. And you can learn how to do both, juggle both by potentially, getting a coach or getting a mentor. But for the most part, if you're running your agency, you still have your automations running for you. You can use virtual assistants to help you for the most part to give you more time and flexibility to get your agency off the ground. I'm not selling you on a get rich quick scheme. And I'm not gonna say you're gonna get into this business and you're gonna make money within a week, within two. When should you see results, or when should you see progress or success? Essentially, I would say if you've been properly trained, with a framework, that's gonna help you at the end of the day, you should see success within 90 to 120 days if you are consistent. Okay. If you're only making 10 calls here and a few calls there, No, you're not going to see results. At the end of the day, it's a volumes game. This is a sales role. Essentially, at the end of the day, do you have to have a sales background? No, but this is a sales role. So it's a volumes game. The more interviews you have, the more deals you're going to see. Essentially, I realistically, if you're asking yourself how many deals should you be closing on a monthly basis, anywhere from 1 to 2 deals a month. That roughly any that can range from anywhere from 10 to 40 or $50,000 a month that you could be making with your agency for the most part at the end of the day. So the more interviews you have, the more deals you're going to see. Because a lot's going to happen while you're having those interviews. One candidate's going to have a counter offer. The other candidate is going to back out. The other candidate's not going to want to relocate because their wife or their husband doesn't like the location. So it's going to be a lot of situations, a lot of issues. And this is why I explain to people that we cannot guarantee anything in the industry in what we work in the business that we work in. One of my recent testimonials, one of my students, Desmond, he's closing on 30K in a few weeks with his first couple of roles. And when he got into the program, his second week to the program, he brought on clients as soon as he got into my course. And when he brought on clients, and then it was just like, all right, now he has to find the candidates. And it was a struggle because the client was in a rural location. So that's why I tell a lot of people no coach or mentor can guarantee you deals. It's a big scam at the end of the day. Some people say, "Oh, well, they offer my money back." Well, if you pay through, loan companies or finance companies, there are some people cannot dispute every you cannot dispute every transaction depending on the platform that you pay on. A lot of people don't know this. And you also can't dispute after a number of days as well. So be mindful when coaches are promising you or guaranteeing you a deal. That's not how it works. And I just want to be honest with you. It's no Lambos, there's no mansions here at the end of the day. I'm not here to teach you how to be rich. I'm here to teach you how to be free. So that's extremely important. When you're getting your agency off the ground as well, it's going to be important to choose locations. Choose locations that are not the most popular as well. Often we see a lot of people targeting Chicago, LA, New York. So you have to understand where your market is at or where are areas that are upcoming areas as well. It's extremely important to break that down when you are doing your research on choosing the right locations. I strongly urge you as well to get a coach, get a mentor. Some people ask me, well, how do I know which coach I should go with? Well, I think you should go with a coach that's offering you content. Do they have a lot of content out there for you at the end of the day? Do they have a free webinar? Do they have a training? Do they have an ebook? Do they have testimonials? Do they have a website as well? And I'm not talking about coaches who have a website and they have one or two testimonials with no names. At the end of the day, you have to do thorough research at the end of the day when you're researching the people that you're going to go with. And I think that's extremely important. Also, you need to be asking these coaches questions. Are they running their coaching calls? Do you get lifetime access to the programs, or do you have yearly subscriptions as well? Which a lot of them do. So you want to be, and then most importantly, understanding their background as a recruiter. Are they a 360 recruiter? Are they HR? Were they internal? Some people are internal recruiters, which are recruiters that really doesn't do, depending on their brand and their company, they do more admin than headhunting. So you want to be, and I'm referring to coaches. I'm not referring to people who are actually working for some internal companies, because there are some people who work for internal companies who do a lot of hands-on recruiting, but most times people who have worked for giants like LinkedIn or Google or Amazon, they're getting thousands of applications a day. You don't have to do any sourcing when you work internal for the companies like that. And you don't have to do clients. You don't have to search for clients as well because you're already working for a client. For me, I work for an agency as a 360 recruiter. So that means every day when I woke up, I had to go out and find the money. I had to go hustle. I had to go find a client willing to work with me. I had to go find a candidate willing to work with me, and I had to combine them together, and I had to make that money. So you gotta make sure when you're looking into programs that you're finding a coach that can help you out as well. This is not a business that you get in and you just say, I'm just gonna do it on my own. It's not that. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to sell you on my program because if you guys look at my website, I literally tell you don't sign up if you're not hungry. So I'm not I'm not trying to sell you on becoming my student. I am very selective. I do look for people who are hungry and who really want to put the work in at the end of the day. And I turn down people. You guys can do your research. I don't accept everyone into my program at the end of the day. I'm turning down a lot of people because some people want fast success, some people are lazy, some people don't have that hungry, and I could just tell it. I could tell it. I'm a wolf at the end of the day. A wolf can recognize a wolf. A wolf can recognize hunger at the end of the day as well. You don't need to be a top salesperson, but you just got to be hungry and driven and to want more. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when you reach out to me. When you're just tired of your fucking current situation and you want to prepare for what's coming next as well. We are going to have the economy is going to get even worse. Inflation's at an all-time high. I'm not trying to scare you guys, but it's better to be in control of your future and your family's financial stability than someone else at the end of the day. Listen, we're going to keep making videos like this. If you like this content, I need you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment below. Let me know what topics you want me to touch on. Keep supporting your boy. I can't wait to talk to you soon. Thanks again, guys.